Something I realized after reflecting on like the last couple months, I realized that one of the most productive times of this year for me was when I was suffering so fucking badly. And I was looking at my old journal from like a month or two ago, and I was also looking at pictures and videos and stuff, and the kind of content that I was posting, because let's be real, this is a video diary for myself, and people can see it if they want it as well. But when I was working this full-time job took up 45 hours a week, and it took over an hour to travel there every day. So it was like 11 hours, 11 and a half hours, sometimes 12 hours a day were dedicated to work, 5 days a week. And yet somehow I was still hella productive. Like, I don't know how, but I was getting a lot done, like in terms of like my coding and writing a book. Like, I was doing so much at once that I probably stopped making progress. But it was also the fact that I was learning something in all that suffering. Maybe it was the suffering itself that made me realize that life is short and that I needed to get myself out of that situation, so I worked even harder. Because now I'm quite comfortable with where I am, and yet here I am not working hard enough. Like, I feel like I could be doing a lot more, but I'm not. I mean, I don't know what I could be doing more on. It's like, you know, in the mornings, I think the biggest struggle for me right now is in the mornings when I'm fasted and I'm doing my deep work, I end up eating before I intended to do, so that cuts my deep work sessions short, because, you know, you get so much more done when you're in a fasted state. Like, bro, I've realized, like, bro, it takes like 6 to 8 hours to digest your food completely. Like, think about all the energy that your entire body is putting into like digesting the food. So why would you try and work when you've got a full stomach? Like, it's gonna be so much harder to concentrate. So that's just something that's really important, okay? But, okay, that wasn't what I was trying to talk about. When I was suffering, bro, I think it was the fact that I had such limited time to myself, that like I only had like 2 hours in the morning, for example. What am I going to spend that time doing? Am I going to be checking my phone, or am I going to be sitting around doing jack shit? Or am I going to do yoga and meditate so that later in the day my feet don't hurt as much? Because in every single journal for an entire month, like in every single entry, I wrote along the lines of, I'm so tired, my feet hurt, my legs hurt, I can't bend my knees, I can't squat, I couldn't do a full squat, like I couldn't bend my knees and come back up. There was something else. I'm so tired that I don't know if I'll be able to go home and do the work that I wanted to do. And somehow I managed to end up doing it. I don't know where this drive came from. I don't know where that sense of motivation and discipline came from. Maybe it was the fact that my environment was completely different. I had a girlfriend who was also quite productive, so it was like I had to be more productive than her because, you know, I'm the masculine one. Oh god, it's the feminine power. Maybe it was the fact that the person that we were living with, the people that we were living with, were super OCD, so if we left like a single drop of water on the counter, or if we left like one cup out, then, you know, it was game over for us. We get shouted, we get yelled at, there'd be like a really big conflict. So I was very careful to keep the kitchen and the house really tidy. So maybe that was like one of the disciplines of like super clean, like keeping your shit tidy. Because right now I'm looking around and my room is a bit of a mess. Honestly, Okay, after this video, I'm gonna clean it up because this is unacceptable. I've just realized it's fucking unacceptable. There's like books on the floor and shit. Like, what is that? Books don't belong on the floor. But yeah. I think during this period, maybe one of the reasons that I was suffering so hard was because I was trying to juggle this full-time job with things outside of that, like with the gym and with eating clean, and for most of those things I was pretty successful. Like the foods I was eating were fucking immaculate. I'm gonna put some pictures on screen just for you to look at, because when I looked at them I was like, holy fuck, like that looks so good. I would do anything to eat that right now. There was also like, I'm surprised, or I think I know exactly what happened. For a month, I'm capable of that. Super hard work. But around like a month of doing that, the stress was too much for me. It was like a few weeks after being at my job, I started like crying randomly because I was just so stressed out. And the job itself was like really fucked up. Like there was like this weird like toxic sexual culture of like, you know, all the women were like sexualizing themselves and all the guys were like, you know, being creepy about it. Like some of the passing comments that I would hear from coworkers talking about other girls made me feel fucking sick to the core. Like I felt so disgusted, and it went so strongly against what I think of the world. And I literally started crying because this one girl like started showing me her nudes, and like she would always like follow me around and ask for my approval, like, oh, I go to the gym, I went to the gym today, oh, I bought these leggings, I'm gonna look so good in them, like, look at this model, look at their butt, like, I want to have a butt like that. It's like, bro, I don't fucking care, you're so fucking vain, shut the fuck up. Disgusting. I started crying. Not on the spot, but like at home, like I started crying very loudly. And just so it happens, like, I couldn't do it anymore. I ended up, well, first of all, my girlfriend and I broke up. I ended up leaving the job. I ended up moving out. All within, like, 5 days. So my life, like, changed very quickly, I think, from that period. But I'm only self-reflecting on this because I really think that there is value in realizing, like, I'm capable of so much more. I'm pretty sure I could do that again. Just, like, but with balancing a different job, I think. Maybe like the job that I have now, but with more hours. I need to ask them if I can work every day because they're not giving me enough hours. I'm only like working like 4 days a week for like, I don't know, 5 hours or less. So it's like 20 something hours a week, which is not enough for me. So I don't know. I'm gonna ask them if I can work every day from now on. But yeah. I don't know if there was any value in this video. I hope there was. Maybe it's just nice for you to listen to a little bedtime story from me about my life and stuff. So yeah, I'll talk to you later, man. Peace.